Okay, yeah. Tell me, uh, what is profit? How do you determine profit? Normally, the way it is taught is selling price minus cost price equals profit, right?
Right.
That's how all your books teach you.
Yeah.
So you will be given some product, you will be given some inputs, raw material cost, overheads, etc., 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 and the selling price, and you will do all that math, and you will come out with a figure of profit.
Exactly.
But does it really happen like that in organizations? Are all products profitable?
No.
Not necessarily.
Right.
Then how do organizations survive? Where is the stuff that is taught to you in books as selling price minus cost price equals profit? Does it really apply in the real world?
No.
I don't.
It's not like that.
Yeah. I'll kind of give you an example of a personal example. Okay. I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I have been into automation technology. And one of our customers was a manufacturer of these large utensils which are used by caterers. Like 500-liter patilas and things like that. Cooking en masse. What you see at the back end of these marriage halls, etc. We used to make some machines to fix handles, to rivet handles onto such large vessels.
Right.
So there was one customer of ours, a big customer of ours, who were big in their own right itself. Somewhere this is a story which goes back to around 96, 97. They also used to make kitchen appliances, kitchenware otherwise, and they used to make these aluminium casseroles which are coated with Teflon, that black hard ionized coating and Teflon coating, etc., that kind of stuff. And they had one major purchaser from the Gulf who used to buy from them regularly.
Okay.
These kinds of things. And there was a big order for them every year. One day when I was one of their plant director had called me for negotiating some equipment that they needed. Those riveting instruments which I talked about. And I was sitting in his cabin. And in their office, they had a typical structure like, all the top management had cabins on one side of the office, and they were all interconnected. The cabins were interconnected with doors in between. And we were carrying out our discussion, and suddenly he got a call on the intercom. And obviously somebody else was speaking from the other side. And I could see his demeanor change as he was listening to the other guy.
Okay.
And visibly things, he was kind of getting upset about it.
So maybe his boss was on the other
Yeah,
side.
probably. And then he suddenly told me, please give me about 10-15 minutes. You'll have to just wait. Sit here, no problem.
Yeah.
And he went into the next cubicle.
Okay.
Through that interconnecting door into his director's cabin.
Okay.
And I was sitting there doing nothing, trying to read something, some magazines were around, etc. And this man came into his room, visibly sweating in that air-conditioned atmosphere, and opening his drawers, fishing out some material, some literature, some documents, etc., going back, coming in, and this happened 3-4 times. And after a good 25 minutes or so, he came and told me, boss, sorry, we won't be able to carry on this conversation today. Just let's fix up next week and we will conclude this deal, for which I had gone.
Okay.
And it ended.
Right.
And as decided, about 10 days later or so, I went again. And our deal was signed. They gave us an order for some 10-15 machines of those riveting equipment. And then I asked him, boss, what had happened last time?
Right.
And then he said, that thing when you were there and all that stuff.
I got a call,
Yeah. Actually, what had happened was, there is this manufacturer from Delhi who has suddenly taken up that buyer of ours. I mean, that buyer from the Gulf is no longer ordering from us. And he's placed his entire order on that manufacturer from Delhi. gone for us, major order gone for us. Uh, and all analysis, etc. is happening. And in the last 10, 12 days, we have figured out that this manufacturer from Delhi, initially we thought must be cheap quality, hence is supplying cheap, etc., etc. But we've analyzed this product and we found out that there is perceptibly no difference in our quality and his quality. The thickness of the material that he uses for the casserole, the aluminium, is the same as ours. The thickness of the coating that he gives is the same as ours. The quality of the handles that he uses is the same as ours. The kind of packaging that he is providing is the same as ours. Everything is at par. But we are selling these goods at about 165 rupees a casserole. And this person is selling it at something like 105 rupees a casserole. And we've been just stumped completely by the whole thing. Aluminium cost at that time used to cost about something around 110 rupees a kg or so. And we have weighed one of our casserole weighs about 800 grams. So cost of aluminium is about 88-90 rupees, 820 grams. Teflon coating, this and that, overheads, etc., etc., etc. And our basic cost, whatever method of costing we use, comes to around 135 rupees. Markup is around 25%, and we are selling this in bulk. In the retail market, we sell the same product for about 260, 265 rupees, up to 300 also. But because it's a bulk order, we are selling it much cheaper. But still, we're making some gross margin is getting covered over there. Now, this person, how the hell is he selling it at 105 rupees? It's impossible. He is making a loss on it, and how the hell is it happening? That was one big question mark that we were having, and we've lost that order, completely gone. That buyer is not purchasing from us at all. And over the last 10, 12 days, we have figured out that this person in Delhi is making a loss on this this particular product. And I'm talking about the mid-90s when the Indian regulations were like, there used to be that license permit rush. To an extent, it hadn't gotten completely abolished. Even now it exists, but to a very, very small extent. But at that time, the things were like, if you export goods worth 100 rupees, you could actually get an import license to import goods worth 100 rupees. 1:1 ratio of that. Aajkal wo bahut kam hai. But at that time, this was the stuff. So, suppose this order is of 15 crores annually. That fellow is getting an import license of 15 crores. And he can import goods worth 15 crores into India and sell them in the Indian market. Now, this smart Alec was importing those goods which had a markup of about anything between 1,000 to 1,500%.
Oh my God. So he's making a loss on this, but then he's getting a
Huge margin
import license
on that. Now you guys tell me, where does your selling price minus cost price equal to profit work? It's just completely out of the window. So please realize that what books teach you is not necessarily the truth. Books is what academicians think is the truth, but in practice, it's completely different. Alright? Now, think about this barista. Tata's. Barista has been in the red for most of the time. It's not making profits. But Tata's has the model that most of baristas are owned by Tata. They own the place. So their business model is appreciation of real estate. And trying to cover the operational expense to an extent. Not making profit on that barista. But they are that notional increase in real estate, and they're waiting for the opportunity to cash in with some fantastically profitable model out of that real estate later on. Now they are tied up with Lavazza and all that, the Italian company. So now just see how it unfolds. Whereas CCD you go to a CCD, and they don't really bother you with, they don't tell you to get off. I have seen people sitting in CCD for 5 to 6 hours.
12 hours, I know people, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen people doing their presentations, completing the presentations, project reports, etc., etc., etc.
And nobody comes and disturbs.
So how? Why?
Yeah, because, they have completely changed their model.
So do you
Their
think,
turnaround time is not their concern.
so in 12 hours, say, maybe there would have been 12 other people who would have come instead of you?
Yes.
Have you ordered food
No.
12 times?
No.
So it's a loss to them?
Yes.
So how do they make a profit? And CCD has been in profit, right? So,
yes.
So now if they apply that selling price minus cost price equals profit, would that model work? They are thinking of generating revenue through the presence of those people at that time. So they have these OOH. You see those plasma screens?
Yes.
At CCDs.
Yeah, and whatever is advertised on that CCD is.
And the probable model that each of these CCD franchises is obviously paid by these out-of-home media companies.
Fair enough.
And the number of people present in a CCD outlet determines the
eyeballs which are
determines the rate, the amount that the franchisee charges to the OOH company.
Right.
So the maximum number of people present at any time in a CCD means they get more revenue from
these companies.
So that's how they compensate for you not ordering 12 times, sitting for 12 hours.
Right.
So that's how you start thinking of revenues, not just sales.
Right.
Alright. Look at the internet model. A few years back, you had to pay to access a service on the internet.
Right.
Today, do you have to pay anything?
No.
It comes free.
Right.
Because they have generated different revenue streams.
Right.
To let their business continue. To continue their business, they have various different revenue streams. What is AdSense of Google? That's the same model.
Right.
Now people want...
They're earning money on that model.
Making huge money. But are they charging you to search information?
No.
You're getting it free. But your presence is being monetized in a completely different way.
Right.
Your click is monetized by their system called AdSense. Right? So you guys have to think about generating revenue and not be caught up by what is taught to you in class. That is sales price minus cost price equal to profit. Please break out of this thinking. Think of possibilities where you can generate revenues from. Solving problems in a costing exam is different from what happens in life.
Okay, but sir, can you give me an example in manufacturing sector wherein we have a bulk break model where suppliers they are giving their products to factory, then they're getting manufactured and processed, and then
first example was the same. It's a manufacturing company. First example of those casseroles which I mentioned.
But then there was this concept of supply chain and all would come, because what we have been studying in all these years is, it's quite different. It's obviously SP minus CP is equal to profit.
So I'm just breaking that myth. Think wide, think broad, paint a larger canvas. Think of possible revenue streams which can subsidize a loss-making product, provided that loss-making product is giving you mileage. Now, this loss-making product was giving mileage to that Delhi manufacturer who could get an import license based on this product, based on the export of that product, right? So, that's how it is. And these guys have actually gone out of business. This large manufacturer, which was my customer, they've gone out of business because of this. This was one major turning point for this company. I wouldn't name the company for whatever reasons.
Yeah, so this is innovation in its own sense.
What innovation? This is logical thinking. What is innovation? Don't use the word innovation.
Oh, yeah.
This is logic, no? Is this out of the box thinking, etc.? A lot of people call it out of the box thinking, but I think it's merely just understanding things at the basic level. No?
Right.
can't really call it logic also. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind calling it logic. What's wrong with it?